Hey, Red Flag Coaches here. This is Lawrence.
And Tracy Knighton.
Good day to all of you. Hey, listen. The Beatles had a song out years ago titled All You Need Is Love. Listen to this. Listen. Listen.
But, honey, is love really all you need?
I think you need a little bit more than just love, because I tell y'all, love is really not enough. I know. You're saying love is definitely more than enough.
Right.
Here's the thing. If you poll 50 people,
Okay.
whether men or women, I can assure you, if you ask the question, what is love? You're going to get at least
Right.
50 different responses.
Right.
Because everybody's view, everybody's opinion, everybody's thought process on love may be different. But here's the one thing I want you to know. Love is not enough. And let us tell you why love is simply not enough.
Well, first of all, like you said, a lot of people will have their own definitions of what love really is, because it's really based on your upbringing, your
Sure.
foundation of what love looks like and what your vision of love was as you were developing. So to answer the question, is love really all you need? I think we have to dig a little bit deeper and talk about the components of love.
You know what? And the thing about it is, there are so many different facets of love, if you will. There are so many things that need to be involved inside of love. And the one main, I can say one main thing, the one thing that definitely needs to be inside of love is respect. Mm-hmm. Because you think about it, if a person is in an abusive relationship, one of the things that they say sometimes is, well, he loves me. Well, it's hard to say a person loves you when they don't respect you.
Right.
And sometimes the things that we call love are not really love.
Right. And then, true, when you think about respect, what does respect look like?
Talk about
It's
it.
different for different people. I can say that a person respects me, but then turn around and the same situation happens to someone else, they may feel disrespected. So just like love has a lot of pieces to it, respect is the same way. Respect me, respect my position, respect my space. But before someone else can give you respect, you need to know what respect looks like for you.
And that's so critical, because most times we're acting as if we need somebody else to validate us. We're acting as if we need someone else to really show us how to be. And the truth of the matter is, we have to learn how to respect ourselves. As a matter of fact, it was Aretha Franklin who said, no, that wasn't respect Franklin.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yeah. So here's what we're saying on a serious note. All you need is love is not enough. Love is not enough inside of any relationship, inside of any marriage. You have to have more than just love.
Right.
You have to have respect. One of the other things that you have to have inside of love is support.
Ooh, yes.
Listen to me now. That was a post that I wrote a few weeks ago. You have to have support when you start talking about love, because there are people who get absolutely no support, and they still want to say, I'm in love, round and round I go. Listen to me. And the truth of the matter is, if you don't have the support, it's going to be extremely difficult to name that thing love.
Yeah.
Let's talk about support a little bit.
One of the saddest things to me is for a person to come into our private practice, and they can be in a marriage or they can be in a relationship. And one of the hardest things for me to hear is a person who does not feel supported. Not supported emotionally, not supported physically, not supported mentally. It's just hard to hear that. And you can hear that the person is actually starving for the support that they need to be able to just get through life sometimes. Nobody wants to try to get through life alone.
Right.
But to be in a relationship, to be in a marriage where your goals and aspirations, where your emotions, your wants, your needs, your expectations are not supported,
Right.
is a very lonely place to be.
And you definitely don't want to be in a relationship / marriage or whatever it may be, situationship even, where you literally feel like you're not getting support. There should be an act of reciprocity inside of any relationship that you are deeming or calling love. Love needs more than just love. You need support. You need respect. Put some respect on my name.
And the support can even go when it comes to the financial support, the support with the children, support with just maintaining the household.
Exactly.
It should not be a one-person show when you're in the relationship. So that's another component of what love is: respect and support.
Listen, and you gotta have trust. Trust is a major factor. Trust is a major component of any relationship that you call love. If you don't have trust, trust me, you don't have anything. I'm gonna say that again. That kind of sounds kind of good. If you don't have trust, trust me, you don't have anything. You cannot call that love if you don't have trust. Listen to me now. The question is, can you be trusted? And then can they be trusted? And if sometimes you don't even trust yourself. So it makes it difficult for you to trust someone else when you don't even trust yourself.
Right. When people come and have their sessions with us, they'll often say, well, I have trust issues. Well, the truth of the matter is you don't have trust issues with the world out here. You have trust issues with yourself first, because the more you love yourself, the more you trust yourself, the more you believe in yourself, the more you show up for yourself, then the relationships out here, the external relationships, will begin to flourish in the way that you're looking for. But you show me a person who has internal trust issues, internal self-love issues, issues with themselves. I'm going to show you a person who struggles with external relationships. Your external relationships are built upon the relationship that you have with yourself.
And that is so true. And you've got to get to the place where you recognize that, because if you don't, you will forever be trying to wait on someone else to get you to that place where
you can trust them.
So let's talk about another one. One other thing that we want to talk about that has to be a part of a love situation, there has to be boundaries.
Woo.
You cannot say you have love if there are no boundaries. And yes, I'm talking about boundaries inside of a marriage, boundaries inside of your relationship, whatever. There has to be boundaries. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Boundaries keep you safe and they keep the other person safe. Here's the purpose of a boundary. Or let me give you an illustration first of a boundary. So think about, you're driving down the road and there comes a road that's blocked off. And it has a chain fence around it, and it says, do not trespass. It continues on to say, violators will be what?
Prosecuted.
Okay. So now that person has built a boundary around something that they own. Think about that. They built a boundary around something that they own. But not only have they built the boundary, they've established the boundary with something visual that you can see. So they built the boundary. They've established the boundary with something you can see. Here's the third part that I really like. They told you the consequence to that boundary.
Crossing that boundary.
That's it. That's what a boundary is. So if you take that illustration and think of your emotions and think of your mental space, creating boundaries not only keep you safe, but they keep other people safe as well. I tell people this: you cannot establish a boundary if you're not consistently going to protect that boundary, because then it just becomes a suggestion.
Ooh, say that again. You went too fast.
I said that too fast. Okay, let me rewind that just a little bit. You cannot establish a boundary that you will not consistently protect. Here's the problem with that. Otherwise, it just becomes a suggestion. So if I'm going to put in place the boundary, which I like to call them as non-negotiables, you can't cuss me, You can't call me out my name, and you can't lay your hands on me. Those are part of my boundaries.
I've been laying my hands on you for a long time, girl.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Those are parts of my boundaries. I call those my non-negotiables. Once you cross that line and do those things,
Right.
my job is to consistently protect myself
Exactly.
from those things. If I do not, those things now become suggestions. And what ends up happening is once a boundary has been crossed, you can't go back.
Can't go back. Did y'all catch that? So listen, we're going to give you one more. As it relates to love now, do not say it's love if you don't have space to grow.
The capacity to grow.
Listen to me now. You cannot say it's love if you or your significant other do not have space to grow. You do not have space to grow. Everybody needs space to grow.
Right.
It's kind of like taking a plant, right? If you take a plant, put it in a small vase, whatever you want to call it.
Or a pot.
Or a pot, whatever. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Put it in a pot. That flower, that plant will only grow to the capacity of that pot.
Correct.
But if you take that same plant, put it in a bigger pot, it grows even more.
Right.
Do it again, put it in a bigger pot, it grows even the more. Inside of any relationship that you call love, there should always be space to grow, because what happens in a lot of relationships is that one person generally outgrows the other. And when they outgrow the other, sometimes what a person does, they'll leave emotionally before they leave physically.
Yep, they tap out because everybody's rate of growth is different. We have to respect that, which is the first thing we talked about when it came to love. But when it comes to having space to grow, as you grow and mature in your relationships, you want to create that environment that invites other people to be able to do the same. Not that you're telling someone else to do something to do, and not that you're saying I'm better than you because I've outgrown this desire or that desire, but simply creating a space where we both can lovingly have this exchange that both, number one, allows us to be who we really are, and number two, allows both of us to grow individually and then collectively in our relationship.
And this is why we're going to close with this thought. That is why love is not enough. You know why? Because there has to be respect. There has to be support. There has to be trust. There has to be boundaries, and there has to be space to grow.
There you go.
And listen to me now. If those are not a part of your relationship, your marriage, listen to me, Linda.
Why does she got to be Linda?
It won't work. Love is not enough.
all you need.
It's not all you need. Listen, good people, thank y'all so much. If this has blessed you, I need you to share with someone. Thank you so much for coming on. These are the what? Red Flag Coaches. And we'll catch you on the next one.